They say I am. I'm live. They say I'm live. Welcome to This is Real Randy with real reality. Uh, well, one thing. This is the room I'm staying. Used to be my technical advisor's room. I took it over. Tried to keep it clean, but sometimes at night when the going's tough, I just have to walk out and walk away. The They spray chemicals on me. I know it sounds crazy. They put gas into the room that is not healthy. They do things that are not good for me, I believe. And some people say I'm crazy. Of course, I'm crazy. Everybody's crazy. You're crazy if you're not crazy. If you think you're not crazy, you're real crazy. That's the way I feel about it. God damn it. Anyway, I'm not a kid. The last couple of years I've realized that I'm an old man. Damn it. Look around. I'm talking to people that are 10, 20 years younger than me, and we'll be sitting there talking, and all of a sudden I'll realize these are kids, and they look at me like I'm an old man because I am an old man. And it's true. Yes, I'm an old man. And, it kind of sucks to think that my life is not, I don't have a whole lot of time left. And, uh, when I got sick and got this stuff that's messing up it's hard for me to walk very much without a. If I go to the grocery and I got a shopping cart I can lean on, I can take my time. I can't be rushed in any way that causes my blood pressure to go up. It causes me to hurt. It causes intense pain, and it causes me to cuss. And that makes me look bad. And I'm sorry about that for all the cussing I do, but I've been in pain a lot the last couple of years, especially since our house burnt back in, I guess, August or September of last year. And right now, we're almost, according to the people who have been working on it and everything, that we are about ready, me and my mom, about ready to move back into that house. And right now, I've got people trying to figure out ways to implicate me in things that are one, none of their business. Number two, it's their livelihood to do what they're doing, I suppose, because they had a big investment in this house burning and having me look very, very bad to take my eyes off of what they do. And so I've been in this house, this place. It looks like hell right now because number one, I'm trying to clean up from days of being harassed and not being able to clean up in here. And it's true. I'm not kidding. Everything I say is the truth. I'm not lying a bit. And these people are scared of the truth because they keep telling people lies. And I know some of the lies now about what they're saying and why people that I knew for years, people that I thought were friends of mine, that all of a sudden turned their back on me and looked at me like I was a horrible person. And I couldn't figure it out why. Nobody would tell me. And I do know now why. At least one of the reasons. And I know it started off with different reasons, and they had to change their lives to fit their lives, to fit whatever I was doing. They had to fit their lives into mine with just enough truth to make me look very bad. And you can do that. You can edit someone's life, and they've been editing my life. And I've had a whole lot of people that hate the fuck out of me, and I can't really blame them. But I haven't done anything, not one thing, and I don't. Hell, man, I'm an old man. I don't go around doing stuff. I try to mind my own business. I try to help people. And when I started realizing that I was hurt really bad, and I'd never be able to go back to framing and walking the trusses like I used to. You know, I was the king dog for a long time. And once I realized that, I said, well, man, you know, if I tried to, you know, tried to help people and I helped the wrong people, I guess. I let them into my life and they took advantage of it. And it ain't too cool if you ask me. And they've been running with it. I gave them an inch. Actually, I gave them a mile and they took 1,000 miles. And they ran with it. And they smiled to my face and lied behind my back and said things that weren't true. And that to me burns. I don't do that to people. I never have. I have never made myself look better by making someone else look bad. But it's their life. At least that's all I've seen. I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't care. But they've ruined my life pretty much. They've ruined my reputation. They've almost killed my mom. They have no good intentions in them. And so that's why I'm a little bit ticked off. And that's what the hell this is about. So I ain't taking their crap. And they better find a way that me and my mom can move back in our house without being molested anymore. Because I'm going to tell the truth. That's all I've got to tell is the truth. I have no fear of the truth. Shit. They do. Comments they made a year or more ago when I didn't know what was going on make sense now. Comments that I see my next door neighbor whom I hadn't seen in probably a year, close to a year, and I get a rude response, and I'm like, what the hell is she saying that for? I get people looking at me shifty eyed, people going, and now I kind of know what the hell is going on. They base their lives upon whatever, anything they can secretly film me and put on the internet, I guess the dark web or something. I'm probably out there. Uh, they can adapt everything to fit their fucking bullshit. I can't walk into a goddamn store without being looked at funny. Like, what the fuck? How do these people know me? Huh. Yeah. Not not anything. I'm just me. And I don't try to make other people's lives suck. And that's what they did to me and my mom. And I just want to get back and let an old man die in peace and continue to help people like I should. And not go away from here hating everybody. Boy, there's been a lot of hate directed at me, and I've been hating back, and I'm tired of hating. There's no reason that I should have to hate at my age. I'd rather give stuff to somebody than sell it, even if I need money. And the reason is because, you know, in 10 years when I'm dead and I sold somebody something, they won't remember. They'll resell it on eBay or something for a profit. If somebody likes something and I give it to them, maybe somebody will remember me after I'm dead. Got a whole list of friends that I've known since pretty much since high school that have died, and I was thinking about making a book or something, tell them what I knew about them. You know, like my friend Perry, that was a drummer in a band. They won the first Battle of the Bands in Tampa in 1980. I believe it was 84, and they were supposed to have a recording contract that he died. And it took me like 20 years to find out how. And you know, he was a smoke jumper in Alaska, fighting forest fires, jumping out of helicopters and stuff. That's pretty badass shit, you know. He was older, you know. I was young back then. He was older, and he was a rock and roller, and boy was he a babe magnet. And so it's fun to hang out with him. and they rock and rolled, and we hung out and partied and had fun. He went to Daytona with me before I went to college, so we could check out Daytona and the school I went to. Uh, there's other people I knew, like old Bill. Bill was probably Bill was probably my age, and he fell off a roof in Sarasota. And I took him fishing. And his wife always remembered that. A lot of things. So we didn't catch a lot of fish. We just went fishing. I know I'll never be rich or anything. I was close once or twice. Not rich, but well-to-do. The economy collapsed and kind of snapped on that, and then me getting sick really sucked. Uh, these people I thought were real nice, and they were just buttering me up and finding out stuff so they could use it. They weren't fucking. They were just the opposite of what I thought they were. And the damn thing is, I like them. Thought they were helping me, and when something would happen, and I would ask for help, and they couldn't do it. I thought, well, they're young and they're busy, and they got things to do that are more important than helping me. And boy, there was a whole pattern to it that I didn't see for a long time. Didn't want to see. Thought, oh, they're not. They wouldn't do something like that. Hell. I can write it down. I can tell you when it started and where. But that's not the point of this. The point of this is, if I can get through this crap, which I will, one way or another, I'm going to get through it. I want to get Mom back in that house. They've rebuilt the house to its original specifications. I've been over there today and looked at it. If things wouldn't have gone down like they did, which is, it was set up well in advance of the house burning. Everybody looked at me like fucking all kinds of weird. Even the people that were going to rebuild the house, and it sat for a long time. They said originally it should take 6 months, and it's been over a year. It's almost been 18 months. And well, anyway, Mom's, now she's harder of hearing, and she's not as well as she used to be at all. And let me turn this one light off. Maybe it'll get house. I don't know how that is, but I should, me being in, I've been a carpentry crew leader, a lead man. I know how to deal with inspectors and talk to any of the different contractors that come onto a job. I used to bid houses, for carpentry. I could do I get a blueprint and I can make a fairly accurate bid. My boss used to use me, and I asked him one time. I said, well, how are my bids? And he said I was a little low. He said no. He said I was way low. And I said, how do you figure? He goes, well, you don't take into account all the hard stuff you might run into. And I said, well, that's part of my bid. I said, anything above and beyond is extra and will be listed and shown. Well, a lot of people don't want to do that. They want to include that like in the base price and all. And that's the way he was, and that's why he would bid higher. And a lot of times he was getting it because the last couple of years I was framing like that. It was real busy, and we were really in high demand, and you know there was a lot going on back then, and in a good way. And so he'd get me to bid it, and he'd get one of the other guys to bid it, and he'd get one of his friends or his brother to make a bid, to because we were all in the business and all. But me being a carpenter guy, I could kind of look and I could see how long would it take my crew to do a certain thing, and my crew, and that's what I would base everything on is me and my crew. How long would it take my crew to do this? And I was pretty good at it too, because I'd done it so long, so continuously, so many years as just a carpenter that everything just flowed, You were in the rhythm, Right now I'm like out of it, Even if I was physically fit, I wouldn't be, the mental. You got to get back into that mental mindset of everything to do with it, to installing the doors, the sliders, the windows, the roof, all, everything, every little detail inside the house, basically little plant shelves, and niches, where they go in the curve and you put your little, the Hindus like to put their little Hindu god up in there. I don't mean anything bad by that, at all. I've just built a lot of houses for a lot of different people, and they had, the prayer rooms and stuff, where they like that kind of stuff. And well, anyway, so you got to take all that. How long does it take to build one of those things, or build five of them? Because usually there's not just one, there's multi of. If you got to do stairs are a different thing. Multi stories, the height, the pitch of the roof, things like that. You just got to look at, and if you're doing it for a long time, just it clicks. You say, okay, I've done a house similar to this, okay, and it kind of flows into it. Um, but anyway, so I should have been the point man for this, to walk out. And when they said, if they said, hey, we're going to bring floor samples over for your mom to look at, I could let her know and stuff, but everything kind of um, washed past me. And I didn't realize that these people were being told things about me that weren't true. Um, Enough truth in them to make me look bad. And that's pretty messed up, man, when somebody does that to you. And that's what was happening. That's what is happening. And you know, and this doesn't go just like to a couple of people. This is a lot of people that number one have had it told to them. Number two, uh, that want to stomp my ass into the motherfucking ground, and I can't fucking blame them. Except it's not entirely true. Some of the shit's true. It's true enough that some of it, but god damn it, it ain't fucking uh. And I cuss too much too, so me cussing makes me look even worse. And also, when I get mad, I tend to cuss at the people I'm mad at. I don't cuss at people normally. Like if I walk into a store, I'm not like, "Hey, motherfucker, I need a fucking beer." I don't do that kind of shit. And even if I'm pissed off when I walk into a store, I better not be like that because I'll throw my ass out. So no, you can't. But if I'm mad at somebody, I tend to say "fuck you" or something like that. And I tend to say it in a loud and forceful manner. And well, that's just the way I was raised. The army, my whole life. You're on a carpenter crew, just like the alpha dog type shit. Hey, you know. But I also learned as I got older and ran different crews that you have to treat people with respect. And I don't care, they say don't bring your problems to work. Well, everybody does, everybody, including me. And and you have to sit there and you have to walk up to a guy that's having a hard day, and you can't just walk up to him and say, if you can't get your shit together, get the fuck out of here, because he will. You got to say, hey, what's the problem? And sometimes you got to talk to these people and listen to their problems. Sometimes it's bullshit, but you know what? If you tell them it's bullshit, it's not bullshit to them. It's their life. And if you want people to stay, especially in a rough, Freeman's rough down here in this area, because it's hot so much of the year, where it doesn't get cooler. When you go to work at 7 in the morning, the coolest it was in your air conditioning in the car before you got out, and then it's blazing hot until you get back in that car with that air conditioning. There's no break from the heat. And when you go home, if you don't have the air conditioning cooling you down, it's hard to get your body to recover. And that's the truth. To where you can get up and do this 5 days a week at least, for continuously without missing a day. And I used to do that. I used to do 6 days if I could, because I needed the money. I wanted the money. I wanted that extra money. I worked for my fucking money. And that's how I got good at it. And I wasn't scared of work. I'm not lazy now, and I never was. But damn it, I walked into 7-Eleven or some store tonight, and I got some coffee, and the milk was way at the back of the store. And I asked the guy, I said, I don't think I can walk back there and get that milk and bring it up here. I said, can you ring it up and let me pay for it now? And he said he couldn't do that. And I said, damn. I said, I really wanted that milk. I can't do it though. And he said, well, I'm not worried about it. I said, all right. But I wasn't expecting him to do it, but I thought maybe he could, you know, I don't know. And on the way out, I could get it, but I couldn't walk back and forth. That's how bad it is sometimes. And it was that bad tonight. And it is that bad sometimes. And I call it I'm walked out. I can't walk anymore. And if I'm walking like that, and sometimes I got to sit down, like right now I'm sitting down, I could get up probably and walk to, I might could walk to the mailbox out front and back. Uh, I'd probably be hurting by the time I got to the mailbox, to where I would, on the way back in, I'd have to lean against the car for a minute. That's how bad it is. And gosh, I need a doctor, but gosh, I'm scared of them. I really am. And this is, I don't know, might get, might get murdered by somebody in this town. You know, this town's scary anymore. It's not the way it was back when I was younger. And when I was younger, I could take care of myself better. But I haven't been to a good doctor in a long time, and usually the only time I went to the hospital is when I couldn't stop the bleeding and I had to go to get sewed up. And usually when you do that, or usually when I do that, I'm drinking. I go in there reeking of booze, and sometimes I'm drinking after work. Woo. And it's like, yeah, I'm drunk, and they just want to patch up and get the hell out regardless. Like when this stuff hit me, when it hit me real hard, I was scared. I thought I was going to die. And they gave me basically antibiotics and kicked me out, and you'll be better. And I did get better for about a week or two, and then it came back even worse. And then I was real scared, and then they wouldn't do anything. And then the doc, well, I don't want to harp on that. But I didn't get better, but I did slowly get worse. It spread throughout my body. Uh, like I said, if if we wouldn't have this setback with the house and everything, I'd probably be seeing a doctor by now. But I don't even have an ID since that fire. Nobody's come forward to help me or my mom at all. Oh, there was one or two people that showed up once or twice, and that was it. They said they were, and then they wouldn't. And I could never understand that. Why would they pick on my mom because of me? Because everything was, all the evil, hatred, and everything seemed to be directed at me. But why would they pick on my freaking mom? That's pretty nasty. My mom's never done anything bad. The worst thing she did was stick up for me when I was wrong a few times. But I'm not wrong this time. No siree. I said, Mom, I said, she's hard of hearing, and sometimes I get frustrated when I'm trying to explain something to her, and I'm hurting, and I yell, God damn it, Mom, and because I cuss and shit, and these people that I thought were my friends, oh, we know you're not doing that. Well, guess what? I think they went around telling everybody I was doing that. And people thought I was abusing my mom and shit. I said, Mom, every time I yell, somebody thinks I'm abusing you. Oh, no, they don't. I said, yeah, they do, Mom. And she goes, oh, ha, ha, ha. I don't think so. I'm like, gosh. But I mean, that's the truth. Yeah. Gosh, man, they had all kinds of rumors about me swirling around that I still don't know. I only know one or two. I only know one or two, and that's pretty bad. They seem to, if one didn't pan out to their expectations, they'd pick up another one. Look at him. He's the finger pointers. Point at me so that their stuff can get hidden away. Damn. I sure wish I had my technical advisor. Uh, I hadn't seen her or talked to her in so long. Sure, she was one of the. It's a mess in here, man. She was one of the few people that genuinely helped me and my mom out. And gosh, I miss her. And I mean, I really do as a friend. I mean, I know she doesn't want to go out with me. I'm too old. I can't blame her there. He wants to date an old man, old poor cripple. But boy, you could take now I'm just using this as an example because in reality I really like him, but it's kind of what people do with the president, our sitting president right now, who's Mr. Trump. I always give the president credit. You know why? He's doing a lot of stuff that we don't even know about. Barack Obama, he's my age. It turned his hair white. His first year or two in office, and it turned his hair white. And they do a lot of stuff that we don't even get to know about. They have to read reports that are incredible. Um, so I've always given the president, the benefit of the doubt. But boy, they got their knives out on him, and they sit there and they point their fingers and all this and stuff. But he's not a bad guy. I mean, yes, he's blustery, but he's just loud, man. It's where he's from. I worked up in New Jersey at the airport where his helicopter used to come in, and we'd have to escort passengers out to his Trump Towers helicopter, and he would fly from our airport to New York City, like 6 miles away, pick up some more passengers, and fly down to his casinos. And even up there and back then, he didn't change a bit from the time back then to being president. I mean, he did a little bit, but I mean, he was still the same guy that I knew, from New Jersey. And you know, you knew that he was kind of loud, and you knew that he could be blustery, but you know what, too? He could also listen to the advice of people and say, okay, okay. In the long run, he would do it the right way, or let them, he'd say, yeah, you're right. But that's just the way, um, it's the way he was, or is, or whatever. I mean, he's bad, bad. I mean, these people make him look like, I don't know. He deserves the benefit of the doubt, man. I mean, come on. What did he do that was so bad? It ain't Watergate um, or an Iran gate or something, Shoot, economy wasn't doing too bad. This coronavirus stuff is really serious stuff, and I don't know why, but I mean a lot of things changed after that fire. Me for one, freaking out and wondering why all of a sudden even the Red Cross workers that came were rude to me. Everybody it seemed like was rude to me, and I couldn't understand why. I mean, I really couldn't. It still just really hurts. And the Red Cross workers were rude to me. My gosh. Um, Nobody came and offered, hey, my wallet burned up. Nobody said, well, we'll help you go and get you a new ID and stuff. And the ID I'm using now is, oh gosh, it's all I got. But I mean, I don't like using it. Um, but I mean, if I had to go open a bank account, if I had to get on an airplane or something, I couldn't use that ID. They'd laugh. They say we can't take that. And I wouldn't blame them. But I mean, nobody came forward to offer to, hey, let's help you guys get your life back together. Or my mom. Nobody offered. Or if they did, mom probably couldn't hear them or something. But I mean, there was no outpouring of support. No, there was. I was shunned, like shunned, turned their backs to me immediately. If I went and talked to somebody, um, if I talked to somebody on the phone, and this is what really got me. If I talked to somebody on the phone, somebody that I hadn't seen, or if I saw somebody in a store or something and talked to them in public, well, I don't know how they would do it. I guess they would sound official. Maybe they were official, but maybe they weren't. I don't know. I really don't know. Um, Next thing I know, these people avoided me like the plague, and I'm like, why didn't they call me back? Why? And then I text them or call them, and everybody just runs away quickly, and I couldn't understand why. And then weird things. I started seeing weird things, and oh no, um, I'm not some acid tripping freak. I never did acid once back in the 80s. We shot pool. I didn't hallucinate. We smiled the whole night. We had fun. We joked around. It was a rock and roll pool shooting band playing. We were dancing. We had a good time. But it gave me a bad headache in the back of my head, and I never did it again because of that. And it wasn't the kind of thing that interested me. Waking up with a freaking headache like that. I mean, I was a drinking man, a different kind of headache that I was used to. And it wasn't my thing. So, but anyway, what I'm saying is I've not been out to freak my mind out or anything like that. But, I mean, I'm talking about real life things. I know the difference between real life and uh, if I'm really wasted and I hear or I look and there's a coyote and he's talking to me, I'm thinking to myself, well, that's not real. And it's not. And usually it's a dream, or usually I'm sleeping. One time I was sleeping and I didn't even realize it. I had my head down and I'd fallen asleep at the desk. I was so tired. And it was a little dusty. I was in the garage, and my dream kind of carried over into reality and back and forth. It was kind of cool too. That I thought I was in Australia with somebody, and we were biking around the outback, and I was in some sheep herder's shed, and I was wondering if the other guys had left, and did I have to catch up to them, and where could I get something to drink? And it was kind of getting chilly in there, but but it was going to be hot when that sun came up, and I was like, wow, I'm not in Australia, dummy. I'm right here. But it was kind of cool too. It was like, wow, that was a good dream. It wasn't a bad dream, and it was a good dream. Hell, I've had some good dreams. This living here is kind of a bad dream, and I'm trying not to make it any worse for, especially my mom, who's ancient. You know, I like to have a Christmas where me and her and my son and maybe my brother could come down and have a decent Christmas for my mom instead of this house where it's been an absolute horror. This house has been nothing but a horror house, not whore, horror, and that's the truth. That's the freaking truth. I have not had one shower. Now I like to take a shower every day just because it's working construction. Come home dirty. The first thing you do is you take a shower. You don't come home. You don't roll in the dirt some more. I get clean when I come home. I was a carpenter. You get dirty down here, real dirty. They dump all the wood and the sand. It's sand down here, sand. When it rains, it's mud. So you're picking up sand and mud, and you get all dirty. And that's just the way life is. And you get sawdust all over you, and chalk dust, and you go home and I like to take a shower, get clean. I don't want to go to work the next day wearing the dirt. You know what I mean. So anyway, I'm real kind of adamant about that thing. And I don't think there's one time I took a shower in this house where it has felt comfortable at all. I mean, comfortable, as in like I could take a bath and relax. No, it's been a quick shower, and it's been pretty much where I go in there, and sometimes I don't even towel off. I'll throw the towel around my shoulder, put my pants on wet, and run the hell out of there and get out of there and come put socks and stuff on. That's how bad this place is. And that is the truth. That's how bad it's been. Every day, almost 18 months in this goddamn house, and I come out of the shower wet. Don't have time to dry off in that bathroom because I'm getting, that's the truth. And I have to come to my room where it happens even some more, but I've got a little bit more cover in here, you know? And I can get my stuff and then I can go outside. I can leave. I leave in the middle of the night. You know why? Because they harass me. If I get ready to go to bed in the middle of the night, stuff's going to happen. I've had chemical warfare used against me, biological warfare used against me, and I'm sure radiation warfare used against me. That speaks of what kind of people are doing this stuff, too. Some guys that are, I couldn't bring home, if I was to use what I learned in the military, come home, no, you can't do that. You don't, poison people. You don't, there's stuff, it's bad, man. And this is serious shit. And this is real fucking shit. This ain't bullshit either. And I'm not taking their shit. And they're mad about it, and there's a whole bunch of them, and there's only one of me. And even the people that say they're my friends, they're like this. Let's see, people I trust right now. I trust that when I walk into a store with money and I don't do anything, which I never do anything. When I go in and I pay, I trust that I'm going to get what I paid for. It's the American way. Pretty much other than that, I trust if someone's right in front of me sometimes. But I've heard too much stuff from. I've had some people that have really, really, really been as honest as they could be, and they haven't, to my knowledge, done me wrong. But I was led on for don't know how long, and I would have kept being led on if I wouldn't have started snooping around on my own. And by snooping, all I mean is being very quiet and listening and watching when they didn't know, when they thought I was sleeping or when they thought I was in a different room. And the owner of this house, he's all part of this, and they're going to come in here and they're going to say I destroyed this and I broke that, and they're going to say all this crap, and we're going to have to pay for it when they should be paying us for having to put up with their crap and put up with their evil. And that is the truth. This is one fucked up fucking house. And everybody that says it ain't, there's a reason they say that. People have been paid, bribed. God, these people are weird. I'm not saying everybody's weird. I'm saying the people that are doing this, I don't know who they are exactly. I know some of them. I know for a fact some of them. I know most of the principals. I know who and how it started. And I know they thought they had some crippled old stupid old man and his crippled old mom to run into the ground and shit. And they don't like me fighting back, but I'm not gonna fight back. I'm just gonna tell the fucking truth. But boy, they go into their lies and they just won't stop running their mouth because they have to have their narrative believed. They have to have what they say shoved down their throats. One guy I've seen get yelled at, screamed at until he believed. He became a believer. And boy, when that happened, that hurt. Because that guy, shoot, for a long time I hated him. I don't hate him now. Now I understand a little bit more of the manipulation that's been going on. I've been manipulated like a motherfucker. Didn't even know it for a long time. Hey, buddy, how you doing? I say, hey, Dan, that's really nice of you. Oh, don't tell anybody that, especially the police. I said, I won't do that, man. I know. Yeah, he knew. He knew because he had somebody else coaching him. Uh, he in turn coached people. And I didn't know anything. I had no idea for a long time. And then I got tired of, I go, what the hell is going on here? Why are these weird things happening to me? Why are people treating me like shit? There's not one neighbor in this entire neighborhood, except the people that live across the street, who've been anything but assholes to me. I've had an occasional wave or something, you know. If I had my arm chopped off and was laying in the street bleeding to death, oh, hey, honey, here's your eggs. Oh, he's bleeding to death. Let him die. It's kind of what I see. And I couldn't understand. I've never, ever, I've lived in some rough neighborhoods. I've lived in some nicer neighborhoods. But wherever I've lived, long hair, I've had hair down my back. Wherever I've lived, I was not the bad guy. I was, you know, and all of a sudden here I am. That was when I was younger with long hair, working, drinking beer at night, cranking my fucking music real loud, you know, rock and roll, or always rock and roller, you know. It's just the way I am, you know, it doesn't mean anything. But you know, loud, obnoxious music, me loud, obnoxious. And I was never the bad guy until I moved here into this house. And all of a sudden I'm the bad guy. And boy, the things I've motherfucking learned. It's incredible. Now, you know what? I need to go to bathroom. I've been drinking coffee. And I've actually got another coffee out there. I was hoping to run into this girl that used to work out where I used to go last year when we first moved here. And boy, she had wavy red hair, curly red hair. Um, cool. I mean, she was, I think she was 18 or something. Funny. She was nice and everything. And and that's how I met my technical advisor was through her. They were sitting outside one night smoking a cigarette, and I said, "Who's this?" And that's how I met my technical advisor. And boy, I sure miss her. But I ran into her down. That's why I went to this one place to get a coffee. I was hoping I'd see her, and I didn't see her. She goes, "You remember me?" I said, "Hell yeah, I remember you." But she's I think she was like 18, and now she's a little bit older, and she's in college and everything, which is way impressive. And she looks like she's lost some weight and gotten taller. Maybe it's just she lost weight and looks taller. I don't know. But I just wanted to talk to her, because I used to go out there and in the middle of the night. That was what I right around in the middle of the night. And I used to go out there and talk to her and stuff. And she was always real nice. And I don't know what she's doing. She said she was going to be I don't know. I can't remember. I'm embarrassed. I can't remember what she said she was doing in school, but it was impressive. I know that. It was something like, wow, I'm impressed. I'm not saying it takes a lot to impress me, but it impressed me, whatever she was doing. And I feel bad. I can't remember it. And somebody, we were just talking about that too. He ran into her too, a friend of mine. And so, I don't know. Gosh, look, I'm an old, I'm 50. I'm so old. I didn't get old until I don't even want to talk about it. And when I talk to people, when I'm having a conversation with anybody, pretty much, I don't I don't care. Like I said, this girl was 18 when she talked to me. And even when I talk to somebody that's 18 or 28 or 37 or 47, I don't I don't lord my experience over them. I don't sit there and say, well, I've got to, I don't because, um, I try to help them out. Like, oh my gosh, I've got an electric bicycle because I can't pedal. If my bike breaks down, I'm kind of screwed. Um, so I count on my electric bicycle. Uh, I count on that more than anything, pretty much. But anyway, I had another one that I was getting ready to get going, and this one kiddo, he was dying to have an electric bicycle, and this other guy told me about it, and he said he really wants to, and I worked the deal with him, and he said he didn't want the frame, he just wanted the hood, the hub motor. It's a hub motor, and so I sold it to him, and I guess it wasn't working when he put it together, and he was all upset, and he's like 20 something, but I said, hey, I said, calm down. I said, if it worst comes to worst, I'll buy it back from you. I said, but I said, if you try to fix it and everything, don't get mad and destroy it because then I won't buy it back from you. I said, if you try and do it and you can't get it fixed, I said, any way you look at it, you're not going to get screwed. And he spent, we let him work in the garage so he didn't have any worries, about where anything was or tools or anything. He had access to any tools he needed and everything. And he did the tutorials that I guess was YouTube tutorials. And he took this thing apart, and there was a couple of wires that were broke that he repaired, and he did a very good job. And I mean, took it apart, had to use a gear puller to pull the hub apart and everything. And I basically kind of just tried to occasionally calm him down, and say, hey, Jason over here, he really knows bikes. I mean, this guy could build bikes like I'm talking hot rods. Um, I'm serious. And so anyway, the kid did a real good job, man. I'm really impressed with him. And he did it through YouTube tutorials, I believe. And he sat there, he was looking at me, he goes, I'm watching this. I said, all right, man.
and he took his time and he got it. I would say perfect. I mean, this guy. I grew up as a mechanic. I mean, I learned how to mechanic since I was a little kid when my dad said, "Here, son, hold on to this wire and let me pull it and see if I'm getting a spark." And dummy me, I didn't do it just once. I did it more than that. Yow! Oh, come on, it ain't gonna spark this time. I don't think. I was like, oh no, it took me a while. I was kind of the thick-headed one. My little brother was smarter. He learned from my mistakes. But so anyway, I grew up mechanicking from a diaper age, and this guy, he was never a mechanic, but I mean he been doing some good work, and that's pretty cool. And now if he runs into somebody that's got a hub motor problem, he can say, "Hey, I can do it for you." Where he can solve that problem, and that's pretty good. So I'm going to take a coffee break for a minute, and if I had some background music, I'd put it on, but I don't have background music right now, and I'm working on that. And I'm actually looking for somebody to help me cruise so I can do some different stuff. If I get back in that other house, I want to do some tutorials on some cool stuff, but I'm not sure what. I mean, I'm gonna for one, I've still got the frame for the bicycle that I was gonna get running, and I plan on getting. I have to upgrade my bicycle. My bicycle is so old, it's like me. It's falling apart. You know what I mean? And uh, and I tell you what, if this if this new president, if he does what he says he's going to do, which is give us a little more money, because gosh knows I've talked to people, working people that need it. I mean, this coronavirus stuff is really incredible. Um, I used to shop at Walmart in the middle of the night because I could. I go there at 2 or 3 in the morning, and the place is quiet, and I can take my time. And I thought maybe they would have 24 hours again because they could spread the people out more or something, and I guess not. But it's really affected a lot, especially a lot of these restaurants and small businesses. I mean, it's incredible, man. Incredible. I went to a fast food restaurant the other day, and I was like, there was a lady outside, and she said the diner is closed. I said, can I do a curbside pickup? I was going to call up, and she said, no, we don't do that. You'll have to use some a delivery service or something. And I said, well, I don't want to do that. And on my bicycle, I didn't, you can't really, even if it's electrified, because people don't see that, a lot of times. They're like, that's electric. Um, you get in and behind trucks and stuff, and people get irate. The drive-through people don't want to do it. The manager doesn't want to do it. You don't want some homeless guy on a bike coming up there counting out pennies and stuff. I mean, seriously, that does happen. And I've been told that we don't allow bicycles. Well, there's nobody here, and well, if we let you, we gotta let everybody do it. And I'm like, all right, man. But I told the way, I said, well, you're doing curbside pickup. If you do curbside pickup, it's easy. You just bring the bag of food out and hand it to somebody. And I said, you guys are going to lose a lot of business, and they are. And I found out that the people that are doing that kind of stuff that I just talked about, not allowing curbside pickup. Oh, you have to use the delivery service. Well, I don't want to pay $5 to have somebody deliver my Arby's food. Hey, I just want a number two meal or something. I don't know. It used to be five for 5.55. I don't know what it is now. So anyway, I mean, it was some restaurant fast food. I'm taking a break. I have to go. I must go. I'm probably gonna when I get back, I'm gonna show you around the room a little bit. Some of my stuff. Maybe tour the house. I don't know. Wish somebody would talk to me. I wish my tech girl was out there. I hadn't seen her in so long. I don't want to learn more. I just want to go live chat. Can we go live chat? I'll be back. I was really surprised she talked to me one time. She don't talk to me anymore. I hope she's all right. That girl always worries about her. I still do. She was always nice, and she was honest, and she was well to a point. I mean, come on. to a point. I think everybody's that way. As long as you're not lying about, hey, how you doing? It's kind of stuff I get. Oh man, I got a little TV hooked up to this that it's actually it sounds really good, and I've had it since before the fire. And the reason I got it was because I knew that the sound was really good, and come to find out, the picture is equally as good. Got a good picture, got good sound, and so when I watch my rock and roll videos and stuff, I get good sound out of it. I dig that a lot. I can stand up here carefully. Thank you very much. It's kind of hot in here. This is like the hottest room in the house. It's a hot room. Let me get a cigarette. I gotta get my cane, one of my canes. This is actually a cane. It's my golden staff. It's actually not a staff like Moses. It's just long, and I kind of like that. I had one that it kept getting shorter when I moved in here to this house because I kept breaking it and swinging it at demons that weren't there. Things, apparitions, I guess, that areas that I thought were no will towards me. I gotta find a lighter too. I'll be back in a few. I gotta go. I gotta get my coffee. Thank you very much. I gotta let the light on. There you go, big light on. gonna nuke it. Nuke them till they glow. All right, one this time. Jesus is a good man. No. Well, I guess that's why I've always got the blues. Wait for coffee to heat up. Shoot. Let's see, what month is this? January? Yeah, last January. I was eating my lunch in the middle of the night. My mom was in and out of the hospital. Sometimes me and my tech advisor, we have to eat whatever we can find. We were on low budget. And told us that won't let you starve. I said, well, somehow we'll find food and eat. And, she had kind of a boyfriend, I guess, that she hung out with a lot on the weekends, and that was fine. And sometimes I beg her to not leave me. Please don't leave me. She'd say you'll be fine. And I never was fine. I was always in a panic. Always. And I always was happy when she got back. I've aged more in the time I've been in this house than I did in the last 10 years. I look in the mirror and say, oh my God, this bad. This house is bad. This house is bad. The people behind this house are bad. Maybe not all of them. But boy, there's a lot of people got a lot of stuff on that somebody should have stepped up to the plate and said, hey, this ain't right, and they didn't. So, no, it's bad. There's no sugarcoating it, and I'm not going to, because I could be a lot worse. I could be sitting here giving a litany of things, cussing up a storm like I do very easily. But I'm scared if I started doing that, I probably won't stop for a while. So I'm trying not to. There's been a few times when I've made a bet pretty much with myself to see if I could go an hour without using a word that had the letter C in it. And I was batting about 50-50 there for a while. I did it once or twice, and I also lost it in the first 30 to 60 seconds. I was like, damn, it really sucks when you're half an hour, 45 minutes into it and you let it drop. It's like, man, and that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. There's been times when I hardly ever cussed. When my son was little, I tried not to cuss around him at all for many years. He couldn't help but hear me once in a while, And I remember the first time I heard him cuss, I kind of turned towards it because I never heard him cuss, and he like turned his head real quick. I was like, ooh, what do you think? I was going to get mad at him, I wouldn't have got mad, but he knew he said a bad word. He wasn't a little, he was probably about 4 or 5 or something. Kind of like that movie, that movie, A Christmas Story with Ralphie, The hump sticks the bar soap in his mouth. I think he was scared I might do that. But I didn't. And shoot. I think he can cuss pretty good. I'm sure that he can't cuss as good as me. But I hate to say it, but I cuss. I don't know how to put it. Eloquently, too much, in excess. I know I'm old. I talk too much for one thing. But there was a few years there where I didn't really be around people a whole lot because I was hurting so bad that I couldn't. I would get frustrated and I'd be cussing, and I had to stay away from people for a while until I felt better, and then I started feeling better, and then uh, when my son's mom died and he moved back in with me and my mom, I felt that I was not doing enough, and I started trying to work harder, which made me hurt more, which made me often cuss more. And seriously, seriously. And I'm looking around and I see strange things that I didn't see before that are, I'm not high or tripping or doing acid or mushrooms or anything weird like that. I'm thinking to myself, what the hell am I looking at? I'm not quite sure, but some of this stuff doesn't look good. This whole setup of a house doesn't look good, in my opinion. And they had a playhouse, and they had to get somebody in it to be the victims. And they thought it was going to be easy and quick and easy, and when it wasn't, then they started panicking. And when it didn't pan out, that their lives weren't panning out, they altered their lives. I think the current one, and this probably been around for a while. I don't know, but I know it for a fact now, and I know, and it would kind of, I guess it would put me off also. I'm sure they've shown my pictures around and all kinds of crap, and and I know they have because that's the kind of people they are. I went for I went for a race. I was fueling jets and stuff at Teterboro Airport in New Jersey back in the '80s, and boy, that was one of the best times of my life. Um, I mean, it was really, 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 really cool job. I got to see famous people, rich people. I'm not fawing over them, I'm out there towing jets around and parking aircraft and stuff like that, and fueling them and stuff. And I mean, here comes somebody and they flown in from Los Angeles, and that's kind of cool, Hey, man, you flew in from Los Angeles. You're not really talking to them. You're talking to the pilots a lot, and the crew. But it's kind of cool. You got you know, that kind of stuff. Wow, this is kind of some way cool stuff. And I really like working there. I really love the whole area. I think that New Jersey gets sometimes a bad rap because sometimes it deserves it, but sometimes it gets a bad rap. When I moved up there, the people were so nice, and it just changed my whole opinion. And a girl told me about New Jersey people. She said, "Well, the thing is, New Jersey people like to talk, and they're loud, and they want to be heard, and probably being part of that industrial society, or whatever. Yeah, I found that out, and that's kind of the way it is. They're not always, they seem rude, but they're really not rude. Not all the time, and if they are rude, they don't mean to be so rude. It's kind of like that. They're just, and a lot of them, me being from Florida, I guess there weren't a whole lot of people that were up north from the south. And I had a southern accent, and I did say y'all and stuff, and boy, the younger people, that I was in, because I had gotten out of the army when I moved up there, so I was 21, 22 when I moved up there, and so a lot of these kids were right out of high school, and I say, see y'all later. I'm walking out, and they say, oh, come here, come here, come here. And I go, what? It's guys and girls hanging out, and it's like, what? And they said, say that again. I said, what? What you said? And I said, what I say? and, and I'd be a little embarrassed and stuff. And they said, you really talk like that? And I go, yeah. And one time we're riding, some kid was riding with me in my car. We were going to lunch or something at school, and he said something. I said, yeah, I reckon. And he's like, what are you, Clint Eastwood? Eastwood? And I said, what? He goes, you said I reckon. I said, yeah. I said, I say that occasionally. And he couldn't believe it. we actually talk like that. He thought it was like in the movies or TV shows, you know. I was like, no, there's people that actually talk like that. A whole state's full of people, you know. And I had a really good time up there, and I learned a lot. I learned. Um, I did woodworking and cabinetry up there. That was just really. These people taught me through hard work, and gosh, they could be demanding, but I mean, you had to be demanding, and I sometimes I could take it. You know what I mean? Sometimes like you know, but I did. I learned a lot up there, and well, I was going for a raise. It was I've been there, uh, and when I went for a raise, my line boss come up to me, and he was, you know, we were the line crew. We fueled and towed and parked and waved aircraft in and out, you know, to the where you know the park and everything. And it was, you know, it was fun. And we also had to go fuel them. And I had I believe it was a 5,000 gallon jet fuel truck. We had I think a 3,000 gallon jet fuel truck also. And we had a 2,500 or something avgas, you know, for the larger twins. We were pretty much jets, turboprops, and large pistons is what we usually had. And you know, it was busy. It was fun. You know, so you work your butt off. Sometimes you'd be out fueling two or three jets. You know, you get these fuel tickets, and you're out there in the cold, cold, cold for you know a couple of hours. You know, and you come back in. The boss like, why don't you go back to the break room and warm up for about 10 minutes? You know, and you know, it was kind of cool. You know, the people actually cared for you. You know, and they did. They did. I mean, they really did. They kind of and that passed on down to me and everything, you know. And but I remember I was going for a raise, and my line boss pulled me aside. And he goes, "Hey, listen." He goes, "You're going for a raise tomorrow." He goes, "When you go in there," he goes, "Remember this." He goes, "Never say you can do something better than this guy, or never point out that this guy doesn't do this." He goes, "Only go for your raise on your own merits." He goes, "Don't compare yourself to other people because that's the wrong way to do it." And the way he put it, the way he said it like that, I said, okay. And I did that. And I actually got more of a raise than I even hoped for. And I was like, oh my gosh. And he said, I told you. He goes, they look at that kind of stuff, you know. And I said, well, all right. So I never tried to make myself look better by belittling someone else. If I belittled someone else, it was so they knew I was belittling them in front of them. You know, I wasn't going to do it behind their back. You know, that's the kind of stuff that always, always, always got, you know, find out that somebody, I guess some of that stuff's called gaslighting, and I think that's what's going on a lot. I'm not sure. I haven't really read up on gaslighting, but it seems like that to where people are, look what I did. I did all this, and wait a minute, I did all that. Why is he taking the credit for it? What's he going to say I did? Sat in the shitter and smoked pot all day, you know? And that's exactly what some people do. And that's, I think, in what's kind of been going on with me, where somebody's taking all the, I don't know, but it seems like that. Oh, yes, it does. And they have free reign to beat up on me, so to speak. But it's not free reign anymore. It's not free range chickens anymore around here, people. Nope, we're caging them up, and we're gonna. Let me tell you something. I was working on a road crew, and I'd be sitting there, and you know, you're out by traffic and everything. Traffic's rolling by, and every once in a while, it'd be like, oh, you get this bad smell. I mean, bad. And I'd be like, oh man, what the heck was that? And after about a week being in this one section of road working and stuff, you know, I started to, I'm looking around saying, what the hell, what smells so bad? And it was this one truck that would come by, and it would stink to high hell. And every time I called it the shit truck. And I'd be like to the boss, I'd be like, "Oh no, it's the shit truck coming." You hear it rumbling. I got my ear out for it now. I'm ready. I'm keyed on it. Because I knew it was going to stink, and there wasn't nothing you could do. It just washed over you a big boil of stink as it went past. And then as we were working the road and further down, like a mile or two down the road, and I'm looking, and you look under the oak trees, and you look under the oak trees and stuff, and you can see this truck going down the road, and I'm like, where is he going? What's he hauling? What stinks so bad? He was going to a chicken farm, and I guess hauling something to do with chickens. But oh my gosh, what a smell! And I don't know what's that got to do with anything, but it was. I'd be like, oh no, P, it's the shit truck. I know it's stupid. I'm sorry, but I'm old and it's funny and this shit truck. And I don't know what it was hauling chicken shit or I don't know. I don't know. It was nasty, nasty, nasty smell. One of the worst ones. Sorry about that. Too much information probably. Hey, why don't we? I can disconnect. I've got Wi-Fi right now. The only thing I'm hooked up to is the television, which actually it's an old liquid crystal display TV, which the picture is very rich in color. I guess they didn't take off. I don't know what year it was. Early to I don't know, but I had a guy that was, and that's another thing, about life and living and stuff. If I was always all right, when I worked on aircraft, we had very detailed aircraft manuals, aircraft parts books. You had a parts manual, you had a maintenance manual, and they showed these exploded drawings of these airplanes and details. I mean, that people used to draw. They would reproduce them, but somebody had to sit there and draw all these little bolts at this like a 45-degree angle and stuff. So you can see it exploded. You know what I mean? So you can say, oh, okay, and they draw everything. It's very detailed, and people would do this way before computers. People would do all that stuff, and it's impressive. They were doing this in World War II. They were doing this way before that. But I'm saying, I've had some aircraft manuals from World War II and before that were it's just as detailed. And so us mechanics used um, used the manuals. We had a big thick book you take out in the airplane. The only person with a computer was the parts lady, so she could order parts. That was the only person that had a computer. It was used to order parts. There wasn't no internet or nothing back then, and so all these guys now that find out all this stuff on the internet, it's kind of weird to me. It's like, wow, I learned everything from books, and I also learned like talking to people. Like if I needed a part for my bicycle, I used to call California, and I had to do it at a certain time, and I'd be like, oh, California, those people out there, they think their shit don't stink. They think Florida people are a bunch of freaking hillbillies, and I gotta go talk to one of them highfalutin son of bitches. And this one friend of mine, when I called up California, and the parts lady answered, and she was probably in her 20s, young. And I said, hello. I said, how you doing? And I was in the computer and everything, and she helped me get my part and everything, and explained stuff to me. And I said, thank you. And I said, and I looked at him, and he was kind of looking at me funny. I said, what, you think I'm going to talk to somebody like that on the phone? I said, get real, man. I said, I'm just joking around when I do that stuff. And he thought I was going to kind of go off on the girl and stuff. Oh, hell no. Hell, they're nice. And even if they are rude, well, that's, and they usually aren't. But then I did run into some rude people ordering parts at one point in time in one particular company. And I asked my friend about it, and he said, well, a lot of people nowadays, they want you to order strictly online with a computer, and they'll call you back if there's any question or anything. I said, really? And so I had to learn how to do that all on my own without talking to anybody. And it took me a while. Sometimes I get frustrated. The credit card will freak me out sometimes, and the computer, I get lost. I get lost in the computer. I used to do it real bad. I'm a lot better now, but I'm still no expert. I mean, uh, seriously, I never had a smartphone for the longest time. Never had. This is my third. this is actually my third computer, and people make fun of me. I'm like, well, hey, it's all I got. And to me, it's I can type. I haven't typed since pretty much college. And that was a long time ago. And I never had a computer. It's got keys on it. When I got my first smartphone, I wanted one with keys, and I bought one with keys. And it turned out that it was actually an inferior one, but I had keys that I could type with. A QWERTY keyboard. Man, I was like so happy. And then I had to upgrade to a smartphone screen type thing. I was scared of it, and I eventually learned. I still get lost. I still don't know everything. Uh, but I'm learning, and I'm an old dog. But my point is that a lot of the things that I've learned, or that I like, if I have a problem, like my bicycle, the motor, the hub motor, all that stuff, um, I'll find somebody that's got one or something similar, somebody that has, and I'll talk to them about it instead of just jumping on the internet and seeing, you know, uh, or watching a tutorial. The first tutorial I did was what? It was last year, I think, with my technical advisor, and I did it for my Steam mop. I was like, wow! First time I used tutorials for a Steam mop. I'm like, all right, wasn't nothing fancy, but it helped me out a million. And you can get tutorials for just about everything, and it's so cool. And I mean, it really impresses me. Uh, I'm used to networking with people, like talking to people, because people know so much. People are like a living computer. Um, you could yell out, "Hey, who sang that song back in the '70s? King Kong," where he goes, "Come on, somebody Kong," and somebody yells out, "That's the Jimmy Castor bunch." I'm like, yes, because I was making a list for when when I got an MP3 player. I wanted all these songs, and I was trying to remember all these songs, and I did. I wrote down hundreds of songs, and people helped me. It was like a human computer. And so I'm used to using different computers than some people. I'm used to using living computers. Books, to me, books are a computer. There's a book, especially encyclopedias that I, of course, used to use. Or reference books, you can reference another book. It's just like the computer. It takes a little longer, but sometimes, if say you don't have power, you should learn how to do those books, man. I'm serious. I did. I did. I did some things where I used books, and I don't think I. It may have been. It may have been a little faster if I would have had a computer, but I used books, and it took me a long time. But I did it pretty much pretty good. You know what I mean? I mean, real good. Um, so I'm not saying computers are bad. I'm saying that if I don't have a computer, I'm not going to freak out. I'm not going to go banging my head and say I can't do it because I'm going to ask people. I'm going to talk to people. I'm going to find an alternative to the computer. You know, I don't want to, and I don't mean anything bad by that. I mean your phone's a computer. Your phone is probably more of a computer than my laptop, and people tell me that. But you have access. You access. You go over here, and this says go over here, and it's like when we were when they were the original computer guys back in the '70s or whatever. Bill Gates and all that stuff. A lot of people a few years older than me were on that tidal wave of computer technology. I was offered a job at a hospital on putting information, working at night on a computer, putting information from these files onto the computer, and it was basic stuff, but it had to be done. And this was the start of the how the computers got rolling and got their information. It was before the internet, also, but it was the basis of information for that. Um, when you punch that key on that computer to or hit the mouse or whatever on something, it has commands, and we used to do the flow charts. There's flow charts. We used to do that as kids in classes. where where it's little arrows and it points here. And Mad Magazine used to do that too. It's kind of fun, stupid stuff, but I mean, it all relates. It all relates. All is, all is. Can you dig it? I can dig it, baby. I mean, I really can dig it. And walk up and say what it is. It all is, and it's true. It all is. And that's probably I found out uh, one time uh, I was kind of mad at one of my friends because he made uh, a comment that I thought was kind of rude, and uh, I didn't talk to him. I didn't go see him for a long time, and I kept saying, "Well, I'll go by there. I'll go by there," and I never did. I never did. And I kept saying I would, and I was having a kind of a hard time physically, and there was, I guess, stuff going on in my life at the time. I can't remember exactly what, but I know that physically, I think it was hurting real bad, and I was just wasn't in the mood, and didn't feel like, and it was stupid on me, And I didn't go see him, and then in the paper, I read his darn obituary, and that's when I started. Even if somebody said something rude or said something that I thought was wrong or bad, I'd let it slide, and I would try not to be so judgmental of them, and I think that's what these people saw. They saw that I was uh, too nice, I guess you'd say. They saw how nice I was and how accepting I was of, uh, I guess, I don't know what you call it, bad behavior or something. And they took advantage of that. And they said, well, and their comments, I said, oh, they're young, they don't mean anything. And no, it wasn't that way. They really were. These were people that I shouldn't have judged in the same way as my friend that I felt really bad, and I felt really bad that here I read about his obituary in the paper, and I was like, oh my God, how could I do that? I knew he wasn't feeling good, but I didn't know he was that sick. And I never got a chance to talk to him, and I found out that I knew he was from New Jersey, um, and I remember I went to his place, and we hang out and drink and talk. We were both carpenters, and I used to scuba dive, and he did too. And he'd tell me about where he went scuba diving. It was Cancun, Mexico, and he'd fly there. It takes money, to go fly to Cancun and go scuba diving. It takes money. I've never been there. I used to dive in Boca Grande. That was my big dive, and was Boca Grande back when I was young. And the visibility. Well, if you had 35 feet visibility, you were like, wow, you could see forever. Um, but he would be going there, and one of his best friends said one time, he goes, "Hey, Randy," he goes, "I know he's not BSing." He goes, "But sometimes I think he is. These stories he tells." And he goes, "He's not kidding the way he talks about Cancun and everything." I said, "I know." I said, "He's not bullshitting about anything." I said, "He's telling the truth." I could never understand a lot of things, and I didn't pry. And he didn't offer a lot of things. I mean, there was things we could talk about, and but anyway, it turns out his dad, we were the same age. I grew up watching Saturday Night Live, with John Belushi, and Not Ready for Primetime Players, and Dan Aykroyd, and all them guys, and Jane Curtin, and everybody. And
Yeah, they had Steve Martin on there quite a bit. He was real big back then, getting bigger. And his dad was, I think, a carpenter on NBC Studios and worked there. And while I was sitting at home here in Florida on a Saturday night, wanting to go outside and smoke a joint to watch Saturday Night Live and have a buzz and laugh and smoke a cigarette maybe. My parents would be in the bedroom, and that was my big thing. Watch Saturday Night Live and maybe burn a joint by myself usually, and he was sitting there on the set. He got to meet all these people, and I never knew that. And I read about it, and I was like, my gosh, I went to his camp one time, and I just gotten a smartphone, and and it had maps on it, that I showed him. I said, "Where are you from?" And I pulled up where he was from in New Jersey, and it showed pretty much everything. The aerial view, and you can zoom down and everything. And he goes, "Wow!" He goes, you know, he was showing, yeah, we used to ride our bikes here and all this kind of stuff. And he said, "Thanks for showing him that." Oh man, I gotta take a break for a minute. Gotta check my coffee. Shit, I thought it was this time. I thought it was early. So I felt really bad about not trying to help anymore, and sometimes that's why I help people. And I don't want to I felt bad about that. We were friends. Yeah, we were good friends. Uh, clever. Nice. Oh, I love when they do that. Oh man, not really. But I just, it's also, a lot of times I tell people, if I'm helping them out, I say, well, you're not really getting it for free because now you got to listen to me talk, and I talk too much, and everybody knows that too. Oh God, do they know that? You don't get my help for free. You're gonna have to listen to my stories. And gosh darn it, sometimes I got a million. Uh, it's truly dang. Shoot. Yeah.
So then it's probably been 3 or 4 years. I was I I swore, I wasn't gonna, if somebody said something that I took the wrong way, I wasn't gonna ignore them, blacklist them, or whatever. But I had this one friend of mine, but this guy could be very acerbic. He could be very, how would you say, narcissistic. He could be. He also could. He would be. He wouldn't be. He would be. He wouldn't be. But when he was a real asshole. And he said something to me that really, really, really hurt my feelings. And I didn't talk to him for years, probably 4 years, 3 years, something like that. I didn't talk to him. I wouldn't answer. I wouldn't call him. And he was good. He was for a while. We were pretty good friends. Okay, and so anyway, I basically I cold shouldered him, but he was very rude, and he wasn't. I'm sorry to say he wasn't as good of a friend, as close of a friend as my other buddy from New Jersey. And so it wasn't. It's not exactly the same, but it is the same. But somebody just told me. They told me I didn't know anything about it. That he had died like a year ago, and I didn't know that. And nobody called me. Nobody told me anything. I didn't even see his event because I quit reading the papers. I totally quit reading the newspaper, which is not a good thing, but it's what I do. It's what happened to me. And so we're walking through. This is the kitchen. You can see the living room right here. They're going back towards the bedrooms and bathroom area. And right now, my esteemed roommates will be coming home, so we're making our way towards the front entryway. We're going to step outside for a moment. We're going to cool down. And so anyway, the guy that told me this, at the time, I didn't realize, he said, I know you from somewhere. I didn't know where. And then we started talking. It was through this guy who was his son-in-law. But I guess he was rude to everybody. Relatives, non-relatives, everybody. But still, what he said really did kind of hurt my feelings, and we weren't the good friends that me and Rich have been all those years. And so anyway, when I get back into the other house, I'm going to try to do like tutorials on stuff with people like that kid with the bike motor. I would have loved to have done a tutorial with him repairing one. And that's the kind of stuff I'm going to try to do, or building anything, cool stuff. Nothing like super fancy, but I like that stuff. And well, I didn't realize it was so late. I thought it was. How long have we been going? We've been going an hour and 45 minutes almost, and you've been out here. This is the front. Doesn't look too bad now. Today's Monday morning. I'll check out my hair, man. I tried to go for that silver look. It's got a little of the bluish tint to it, right now, but I didn't really wash it all the way out. So maybe when I hit another shower here, it'll silver out more. But if it doesn't, I'm gonna have to get some more. I gotta get. I want that metallic silver. I want to look like the Silver Surfer. No shit, I seriously do. It's just the way it is. But so anyway, I'm hoping I'm trying to get my life together. It's hard, especially it's hard when you have uh, people that you didn't know why hating you, and now you kind of know why, but you don't know what to do except, well, maybe straighten them out. Let me straighten you out. Let me tell you about a place I know. Get your shoes and socks on, people. It's right around the corner. Out through the night. You know something? I was in the Alps, the Bavarian Alps, doing some training there, and I was laying in the snow, and it was really deep. We were doing some exercise, and it was daytime. It probably got up to about 35 degrees or something. And in this little hollow where I was trying to stay hidden, in the snow,
a freaking mosquito flew up. A freaking mosquito in the middle of the winter in the Alps. And I'm sitting there laying there going, how in the heck? It's crazy. So I think I just saw a mosquito, so I may have to light a mosquito coil thing. You know? I still wish my tech advisor would get a hold of me. I don't even know. Let's see what it says over here. I don't know. Nobody's talking to me. Screw everybody. Well, oh, y'all lottie die. You look like you've had a nice, relaxing rest. What'd you have sex
Hi,
up?
Mr. Randy. How you doing?
What'd you do? Have sex up by the Skyway Bridge? I would have.
No,
Damn, I would
I had
have.
sex on the way to the Skyway Bridge.
There you go. That's even rocking. I haven't been over that Skyway Bridge since 1998. No, wait a minute. No, I went over it in 2009, 10, something like that, maybe 11. Yeah, I had to go up to Newport Richie or something and come back. So it was kind of high and scary. How was your drive?
Good.
Good. I'm just about ready to end this. I'm going for 2 hours. I might go for three. I'll have to take a break. I took one break already.
Were you live?
Oh, I'm live, baby. I'm
Your hair looks
live.
good.
Does it really?
It doesn't bend at all.
Well, you know,
It's not real blue. It's like more like a lavender.
But when it washed, I just rinsed it, you know, and I put conditioner in it, and but when it was dry the first time, like I guess right before y'all left and Dan and everything, it really, I looked in the mirror once it dried, and I couldn't believe it was silver. I was like, whoa! And then I put conditioner, you know, to seal it in and everything. So
Yeah, it's got like a tin of like lavender in it.
cool. Well, I'll holler at you, man. I'm gonna come in. I gotta take a break every once in a while, you know, just for myself,
Right.
you know. But I decided to go live, and I would have liked to have done a thing with Cole, you know. If we could have done a tutorial with Cole, doing what he did, where he's,
Right.
you know, and I talked about that. You know, that would be so cool, wouldn't it? You know, where somebody go, wow, you're late to that, you know.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm trying to hit for in the future, to where I've got some kind of format, you know.
Right.
So you got to see her place and everything.
No.
Oh,
She's got to work a double today, so she.
She's
double
wore
for
out.
me.
Okay.
Yeah. But well, I seen the outside.
All right. Oh, really? All right. Hey, I'll see you in about 5 or 10. I've got to take a break anyway and check my coffee. Yeah, well, what do you want? You know, just because my life sucks, I don't want other people's lives to suck, unless they're making mine suck. And then, well, then it's on, baby. It's the old fighting spirit. I'm an American, you know. And that's the way that goes. I gotta check my coffee. Let's go out now. Look at our bicycles. Now, Mr. Jason. Now he's a bicycle builder. Me, I tend to like. I've had that one bike for so long. You guys have seen it before. This is my bike, right? Well, let me get over here so I can show. I can't. Oh, hold on. I gotta get my crap. See, there's my bicycle, beat up. See the battery? I always custom do the batteries when I make them, and I use white tape, waterproof and everything, because I used to use straps and rope and all kinds of shit, and it would fall apart, you know, and I like having a basket on the front. It equalizes the weight, you know, and that's what I have. It's not a fancy thing. It's more like a pickup truck. It's more like I have the Sanford and Son pickup of electric bicycles. So anyway, you know, I do, and it's kind of fun. But I got a real nice one over there that I sold the hub motor to the kid, and he did a really good job fixing it. Now this is the next project bike, I guess, that is coming up. And wait a minute, let me get it almost looks like a factory. It's a Springer front end. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, there we go. Is that it? Yeah. Let me go that way. Oh, it's got fat tires, and that's all electric. It's electric as a bicycle, but it's badass.
And this is the kind of crap he builds. You know, me, I just want something that looks all right, you know. This guy, man, this thing is, man, this is cooler than most motorcycles I know. But I mean, right now it's got straight handlebars on it, you know. Look at this front end. This is so cool. He's been trying to get one of these for a long time, and everybody always gets it, and the people with money, you know, and everything. It's got disc brakes. Look at the front end. Oh, when he's got this rolling, it's going to be bad. It's even got leather saddlebags and stuff. But I mean, he's going to put ape hangers on it too, man. I've always liked ape hangers. I had the semi ape hangers. That's going to be on my next bike. Semi ape hangers, not the big ones, not where you're hanging. That's the real ape hangers. But you know, I've got a couple of bikes over here. I've got my technical assistant, her bicycle's here. I've been trying to take care of it. I need to take it out and ride it. Just, well, not me, but somebody with legs. You know, I've got 2 other bicycles. I got mine, my electric. I've got the one that I sold the motor to, which is over there. It's the white bike behind me. I don't know if you can see it way over there. Is there anybody over there? Tell me if you see anybody. I'll be freaking out. Trying to see where my bike is. It should be. Oh, it's back over there behind the door and everything. But yeah, we're supposed to be moving soon. And I better be able to move back into that freaking house with my mom, unmolested, unharassed, everything, or else I'm going to have I have a good memory. I have a good mind. I can write. I can speak well when I am not being beaten down. And now that I know a little bit more of what's going on, there is a lot that has been done to me and my mom, and I'm not taking it, but I shouldn't have to. And I'm not being mean. I'm just being straight up. And look how old I got. Look, my hair turned all silver, lavender or whatever. Well, okay. All right. I'll admit I did that, but I look old as shit. I look older than dog shit. God damn it. I'm sorry about that. But seriously, I've aged a lot since I've been in this house. And it's, you know, they should be kissing my ass that I have been so nice, that I haven't done what I would have done 20, 30 years ago. It's not because I'm a pussy or anything. And them not fighting me hand to hand, that's not because they're pussies either. There's reasons for that. But I still call them pussies, though, just because I'm pissed. And that's just the way that is. Like I said, I'm an American. I grew up fucking competitively, and I grew up fighting. And I was taught that. Defend yourself. So me defending myself is not a bad thing. That's a goddamn American thing. Okay? If somebody's fucking with you in your fucking house or fucking with you at all, you got the right to fuck them up. That's the American way. So fuck them. That's the way I see it. You fuck me, I'm fucking you. Cocksuckers. That's just the way that is. Welcome to America, bitches. Fucking assholes. Look, there's one right now. Those cunts. Oh, God, I'm sorry I said that word. Any of you ladies out there, please, I didn't mean it misogynistically. Men can be cunts, too. All right, well, I'm going to take a break. I got to get my coffee. And, I've had, what was that? That's Circle-Rama right there. Here we are in the kitchen, the lovely kitchen. You've been in here before. Hopefully things will be all right. I'll be back. And what do you say? Can I take a 5-minute break? How about I take a break for 5 to 8 minutes and get back with you? Like I said, in the future, I'm going to try to do things that are totally constructive, where I'll be having guests. I would have loved to have gotten this kid that fixed his hub motor. I would have loved to have let him do it, and while he's watching the tutorial himself,
do another tutorial because people click on different aspects of things. You know what I mean? Somebody might relate to him the first time he's ever done something that complicated, and I don't necessarily mean it like that, but to where it was something that was critical, and even though I would have bought it back from him, I felt responsible that he needed a place to do it and the tools and everything, and me and Jason could do that for him, and we're both really proud of him. So I'll be back in a few. So I get my coffee. Oh shit. Here we are at Studio 87 with Agent 86. Cigarette went out. I have an ashtray somewhere. No, it's out. It'll burn me maybe if I don't. Okay, so anyway, I got some cookies from my roommate. This says, "Kiss me." Oh, I wish. Nice. So anyway, sorry I took so long. I talk too much, you know. And they went and saw a friend of mine, a mutual friend. And so anyway, we try to have guest people come on. I'm gonna try to have do some constructive things. So I'm gonna try to get into building things again. I like making things out of wood. I'd like to find a way to make some money doing things like that. Maybe making fancy, I don't mean fancy, but nice boxes, or like a not necessarily a jewelry box, how would you call it? Something to put your wallet or something into that's relatively safe, you know, and or even just to hold it, you know. For years, I had my toolbox where I would keep my money and my valuables because it locked up and stuff, and you know, it felt safe. I mean, somebody grabbed a toolbox and run away, but it's kind of heavy. But you know, you don't have to have it heavy. You know, it's something that you just have in your room where somebody can't just walk in and flip it up and take your watch or whatever, like they took mine. Anyway, I'm getting ready to sign off. What does it say? Real Randy? This is real. There ain't none of this stuff bullshit. There ain't any of this bullshit. This is all true stuff. And hopefully the next time I talk to you guys, I'll be back in the new house. New house, old house, whatever. Mom's gonna be happy. I want to try to make this move nice. I want to make her feel good. She knows I'm crazy. And she's put up with me, and she deserves to be treated a lot better by not just me, but by everybody. And I try not to hold grudges, but I'm also not going to look at people that have turned their backs on me and her. I'm not going to be Mr. Wonderful to him either, because I don't think that either one of us deserves this stuff. And I'm not going to take this crap either. I'm not going to let people lie about me and get away with it. It's bullshit. So that's where that stands. And hopefully I'll see you soon. And this is going to be a lot better show. I hope. It better be, because I'll tell you what. I'm no dumbass. They thought I was, I guess. They thought that my physical disability was a mental disability. That's where they're fucking wrong. So I'll see you guys hopefully soon. Try to be good. Try to be good to each other. Don't take shit from people either. And I'll see you guys. Hasta la vista, baby.